Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking on a film that often sparks intense debate, but one that I believe is rich with unexplored philosophical depth. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. This isn't just an origin story for Superman, it's a profound meditation on identity, destiny, power, and humanity's often complex relationship with the unknown. So let's peel back the layers and dissect the core ideas that make Man of Steel a far more thought-provoking film than it's often given credit for. The burden of identity, alienation, and belonging. At its very core, Man of Steel is a profound exploration of identity and belonging. Clark Kent's journey is fundamentally one of alienation. He's born on Krypton, a world that violently implodes, and sent to Earth, a world he's physically indistinguishable from, yet deeply alien to. His powers, meant to be a gift, initially serve as a terrifying source of isolation. He can't connect with others without risking exposure, or worse, harm. We see him as a child, overwhelmed by senses, then as a young man, drifting, unable to settle, constantly forced to conceal his true nature. This isn't just a character quirk, it's a universal human experience amplified. How do we find our place when we feel fundamentally different? How do we belong when our true self must be hidden? Jonathan Kent, his Earth father, embodies the fear of this alienation, warning Clark against revealing himself, driven by a protective instinct that nonetheless reinforces Clark's otherness. Kal-El, Jor-El's name for him, represents his Kryptonian heritage, a destiny tied to a lost world. Clark Kent, the name his adopted parents give him, represents his earthly upbringing and the values instilled in him. His struggle is to reconcile these two distinct identities, the alien survivor and the Kansas farm boy. The film suggests that true belonging isn't found in hiding, but in the ultimate embrace of one's full identity, even if it sets you apart. Power and its weight, responsibility and consequence. This film dives headfirst into the immense concept of power and its responsibility, but crucially, it doesn't shy away from the often brutal consequences of that power. Superman is not just strong, he is impossibly strong. His abilities are godlike, and Man of Steel forces him, and us, to reckon with what that truly means in a realistic context. Unlike previous iterations that often glossed over the collateral damage, this movie confronts it directly. When Superman fights, cities crumble. When he flies, sonic booms shatter windows. This isn't just spectacle, it's a philosophical statement. It asks, when one individual possesses the power to reshape the very landscape, how is responsibility truly measured? What are the unavoidable costs of saving the world from a threat of similar scale? His struggle isn't just against Zod, it's against the inherent destructive potential of his own actions. The film doesn't offer easy answers. It challenges the simplistic notion that power equals immediate, clean solutions. Instead, it posits that immense power brings immense, often devastating consequences, and the true measure of a hero lies not just in their ability to fight, but in their capacity to grapple with and learn from the inevitable destruction that follows. The final, agonizing choice he makes with Zod encapsulates this burden. A hero faced with an absolute threat must sometimes make an absolute, heartbreaking decision, the weight of which will forever be carried. Destiny versus choice. The nature of being Man of Steel is deeply invested in the philosophical debate of destiny versus choice. On Krypton, Kal-El was born natural, not genetically engineered for a specific role, unlike every other Kryptonian. His very birth was an act of defiance against a predetermined societal path. Jor-El sends him to Earth with a clear purpose, to be a beacon, a symbol. This is a form of destiny, yes, but it's a destiny of potential, not rigid programming. Contrast this with General Zod, who is genetically engineered for a singular purpose, to protect Krypton. When Krypton dies, his destiny is fractured, and his subsequent mission to terraform Earth is a desperate, violent attempt to reclaim a purpose that was assigned to him. He cannot conceive of existence outside of this preordained role. Clark, however, is raised on Earth by parents who emphasize choice. Jonathan Kent teaches him self-control, discretion, and to choose his moment. Martha Kent later becomes a vital anchor, emphasizing his agency. Superman's struggle then becomes about choosing his own path, embracing the potential Jor-El envisioned, but interpreting it through the lens of human values and his own moral compass. The film posits that true heroism isn't just fulfilling a pre-written script. It's about making conscious, often difficult choices that define who you are and what you stand for, transcending even the grandest designs of your birthright. Humanity's response: fear, worship, and the unknown. Finally, Man of Steel critically examines humanity's response to the alien and the unknown. When Superman arrives, he isn't instantly embraced. Instead, he evokes a spectrum of reactions: fear, suspicion, awe, and even a nascent form of worship. The military sees him as a potential threat, a weapon. Scientists like Lois Lane see a phenomenon to understand. The public reacts with primal fear when exposed to the sheer scale of his power and the destructive force of the Kryptonian invasion. The film forces us to consider how humanity would truly react to an unambiguous other with godlike power. It suggests that our first impulse might be fear, our second an attempt to control or categorize. It also touches upon messianic themes. Jor-El speaks of Kal-El inspiring humanity to achieve wonders, and Clark is explicitly compared to a savior figure. This raises questions about faith, about humanity's need for symbols, and about the inherent tension between our desire for a protector and our fear of anything that disrupts our perceived place in the universe. Man of Steel doesn't shy away from depicting humanity's messy, imperfect, and often violent struggle to comprehend and ultimately coexist with something beyond its wildest understanding. It's a reflection of our own anxieties about the future, about power beyond our control, and about the complex process of evolving our understanding of ourselves in a larger cosmos. And that's just a glimpse into the philosophical undercurrents of Man of Steel. It's a film that asks profound questions about identity, power, choice, and our place in the universe, inviting us to look beyond the spectacle and engage with its deeper meaning. What were your biggest takeaways from Man of Steel? Did these philosophical themes resonate with you, or do you see other ideas at play? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I always appreciate your insights. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, please consider hitting that like button, sharing the video, and of course, subscribing to the channel for more philosophical breakdowns of film and culture. Until next time, keep thinking critically.